Are you struggling because you just can't quite figure out how to get everything done? No matter what you try, you're still pushing things to tomorrow and the day after and the day after. You can't crack it and you're not sure why. Well, let's dive into a super toxic myth that I think might be at the root of this conundrum. Welcome to the Do More, Stress Less podcast. I'm your host, Alexis Hasselberger, a time management and productivity coach. In every episode, I give you actionable, practical tips to help you learn to use your time in a way that feels good to you every day. No more hustling, scrambling, or struggling to keep your head above water. So let's dive in, and soon enough, you'll be doing more and stressing less. Are you still trying to figure out how to do it all? Many people who come to me for help are trying to figure out just that, how to, quote, do it all. But here's the thing. You can't do it all. I can't do it all. No one can do it all. You and me and everyone else on this planet, we could each work 18 hours a day for the rest of our lives, and there would still be work tomorrow, much more. There's no such thing as doing it all. And for ambitious people like you, the false belief that it's possible to do it all is a huge hurdle to productivity. And more importantly, to managing your time in a way that feels sustainable instead of feeling endlessly defeating. Because if you think that there is some magical way that you're going to be able to figure out how to do it all, some special formula, a strategy to Tetris it all together, and that in fact the problem is not that it's impossible, but that you just haven't figured it out yet, well, that is a huge, monumental barrier to, one, effective prioritization, and two, time satisfaction, or rather life satisfaction, because moments in time make up our life, right? What is our life but a series of moments in time? Time satisfaction is life satisfaction. And if you think you can do it all, then you're not as worried about making the right decisions, the right trade-offs with your time, because you're operating on the false premise that you'll be able to somehow fit it all in. And because it's a false premise, because it's patently untrue, because it's a lie that you've been fed hook, line, and sinker by productivity culture and hustle culture and all of that, you're basically guaranteed to be struggling and to be feeling bad about yourself and running yourself ragged and on the road to burnout or well past it, perhaps. But lest you think that this podcast episode is steeped in pessimism, I can assure you that it's not, because this is the first hurdle, right? Once you've accepted the fact that there will always be more to do, and it is hard to accept this fact, but it is true, right? There will always be more to do. Once you've accepted that as an ambitious person, that there's no way to do it, there's no way to do it all, because you're always going to have more ideas and better ideas. I feel this so deeply as an aside, as a person whose someday maybe list currently sits at about 428 items. These are all great ideas, I think, that I would act on if it were possible to do it all. But it's not. It's not possible to do it all. So once you've accepted that you've been following the yellow brick road down to Fantasyland, right, then the real work starts. And things, and by that I mean your brain, start moving from pessimistic to realistic and, dare I say it, optimistic. Because once you've accepted that you can't do it all, well, now you have agency. Now you get to make choices. Now you understand that time is about trade-offs and that you are in the driver's seat. You're the one who gets to make those decisions about trade-offs. So while you still can't do it all, you certainly have the ability to prioritize in such a way that you know for a fact that the things that you did today were more important than the things that you didn't do. And that means that you get to feel good about your time and good about yourself. And if you're sitting here thinking, well, how the heck am I supposed to learn how to prioritize like that, right? Well, I can teach you. Right? But the first step towards your ability to do the important things, to make time for the things that you care about, the things that will truly move the needle, and to feel confident in the trade-offs that you must make with your time, is to accept that your time is limited. And that is a hard pill to swallow. I know it is, right? But once you swallow it, you'll feel so much more in control of your time, so much less stressed, and so much more empowered. Pinky promise. And that's a wrap on today's episode of the Do More, Stress Less podcast. If today's episode resonated with you, make sure to subscribe now so that you can save yourself time in the future and never miss an episode. It'll take 5 seconds to hit subscribe, and the payoff will be big. You'll never have to think about it again. And pro tip, you'll be using the decide once strategy and saving yourself from the fate of decision fatigue. Do yourself this quick kindness, and I'll see you next time.